following right on the heels of the last video, which I haven't even uploaded yet, I was looking around in my Lego room here, and I realized that I haven't brought out all my classic space minifigs from the various sets that they're in, because I wanted to keep them all in these two bins right now, fixed and unfixed. And that's just for classic space. I'm not doing the Futurons or Space Polices, just my classic minifigs. And I just happened to glance over at this guy, which is my monorail with Rob Hendricks lifelines in it, and I realized that I had two minifigs. I already taken this one out, but Benny's in this one just because Benny has to be in. So I pulled this guy out, and I realized that, yeah, he's actually pretty good. The torso print is still gold, as most of my yellows are. But I noticed a crack in the helmet, which is what they parodied, obviously, in the Lego movie, and I'm Benny with a broken helmet. None of my blue helmets were broken. A lot of my white and red helmets were broken, but not too many yellows. But all of a sudden I looked inside the monorail, and I realized that the strap is broken. And normally, in the past, I wouldn't care too much unless it's really bad and like bent out and stuff. I didn't care about cracked helmet straps because I didn't have too many of them. But as I started collecting other people's lots, I got a lot more. And so what I've been doing is I have a whole bag of spare parts. And so I reached into the spare parts bag, and let's maybe dump them out a little bit. This is just a hodgepodge of collections of parts and pieces that I got. So what I'm doing now is when I come across a broken helmet or anything that, I don't need anymore, I throw it into my, honestly, now it goes into my junk bin. Before I would keep them and use them for something else. But now, because I have so many spares of helmets and stuff, I just reach in here and I grab another yellow helmet and I put it on. And now he's good. And he's gonna go into the, pull him out again. He's gonna go into the complete good bin. So now I have another yellow minifig, as classic space minifig, up on the shelf. That's good. Now I keep all my spares in here, and again, some of the, well, these are all classic space helmets, obviously, because they changed the helmet type afterwards, and this one's pretty bad, and this is, it's actually cracked, so that's gonna go in my junk bin. So is that one. But the tanks could have come from AquaZone. They could have come from town, because again, the firefighters and the scuba divers had the same tanks. White is, I think, well, again, it could have come from Ice Planet. It could have come from a lot of other sets, but the grays only came in classic space because they were not meant for people. They were the little gas tanks on the front of the vehicles. And I don't know, I think I did a Bricklink order once, just by the fact, and this has got to be from years and years ago, and again from acquiring sets over the decades. So I have quite a few gray tanks, and so but I only have 3 gray minifigs because again I only had 3 gray sets of hands, light gray hands, light blay hands. So I only made 3, and that's all I needed. I keep the other helmets in here from the other series too. I don't know why. Insectoids. But anyway, so this is my spare bag of odds and sods for helmets, tanks. That's about it. I also have a drawer, I don't know if I've shown you this, of broken, it's mostly broken, I don't know why that's in there, I think somehow they got put in here, minifig pieces, mostly hands, some arms. So and that means I should just throw that out. That's just bad all around. Yeah, I am honestly getting to the point where, because I won't say this too loud, but because I have quote unquote too many pieces, I don't mind getting rid of the really bad, dog chewed, beat up, scratched, bent, smucked pieces. But I do keep torsos, arms, I think this is, yeah, basketball. No, it's not. And a lot of yellow hands, but I did run out of, and I think it's true, I ran out of blue, dark blue hands, so I cannot fix that blue space guy with the proper hands, so they'll stay black for a while, until I find more blue. Now what happens is when I get a lot from people, I've noticed this, and I just don't feel like checking all the bricks, is that the hands get wedged into a 2x4 brick, or a 2x2 brick, or whatever brick. It's hidden inside the tubes and stuff, beside the tubes. Every once in a while, I'll pick up a brick and I'll notice that there's a hand inside a brick. So I'm probably somewhere in this vast collection of mine, I have a whole bunch of hands that are just lost, and there's no way I'm going to go through them all and try to find them. I'll stumble across them when I stumble across them. But I do keep this separate, just because I have to go here. But again, it's nice to have spare pieces for when you need them, especially when you're doing layouts and displays. And if people need them, like people have, well, pre-COVID, people have said, oh, I'm missing, 2 brown arms. Sure, I got them somewhere. And I'll just give them to them because friends get pieces that I have overabundance of. And so again, I have a whole bunch of helmets and tanks that are not slated for, also because I have minifigs inside buildings inside the layout. They don't have tanks and they don't have helmets on. I put hair on them and they're walking around. So a lot of these pieces are for the minifigs that are already in the layout that are inside buildings. And so if I ever wanted to complete them again to make them back into space minifigs with tanks and helmets, I got all the pieces here. Yeah, there we go. That one's pretty beat up on the side, eh? It's cracked even, but I won't get rid of him. The torso. Get rid of him. Anyway, it's enough tangents. You guys stay safe. Take care. Wear masks outside. Keep healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.